Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm thrilled to be with you today. Thank you for joining now or later. It's a pleasure. We're going to look today at the energies coming up for the month of February. We'll probably peek a little bit into March because the energies are encouraging us, magnetizing us to the very big changes coming in March. So I'll just give a few minutes here for everybody to arrive, to check that you can hear me clearly, to check that the camera's working now. And you can say where you're from and how you're feeling. What are the energies that you're feeling coming up for February? What are you intuiting? We're going to be moving from Aquarius to Pisces. Thank you. Looks all good. Excellent. Thank you. So begin to intuit things. So what are you intuiting for this month of February? All good, says India. Belgium, Montreal. There's all sorts of a mixture of energies coming in. That's great. Feeling hopeful. Yes. What are you intuiting? What are the energies for February? Let's go over to you first. Let's see if we can get a sense of the energies that are coming. Uplifting, supportive, positive and light, inspiration. Wow. All right. Okay. Birthday month. Vietnam. Wow. High frequency, Southern California. Awesome. Big changes coming. Absolutely. Fast. Yes. God is with us. Yes, Robin. Thank you. Czech Republic, California, Romania. So we're coming together here. It's an energy of coming together as we close one month and begin another. Of course, those of you in the Southern Hemisphere are already started the next month. Hopeful, living in your power. Excellent. Sunny Blackpool. Okay, Sun and Pisces Sun. Do whatever it takes to get you through so you are not a victim. Very good. Time for truth and honesty. Great, Judy. Light from Germany. First time, Danielle. Welcome. Woohoo! Jamie, feeling a new love, a love of self and abundantly able to share that love. Burnley, lovely. The momentum is building. Mauritius, in the middle of the Indian Ocean, between Madagascar and Australia. Gosh, it sounds very exotic. Okay, so thank you, Radhika, for doing a terrific job in the chat. She's wonderful, pulls us all together here. So cold and happy and inspired in Tennessee. Sunny Surrey, Scorpio. Well, you're testing my tongue and my teeth today. Okay, beautiful. So, what are we moving towards? We've got two very different moon energies coming up in February. We've got on the 5th or 6th, the moon in Leo. And on the 19th, 20th, the moon in Pisces, new moon in Pisces, full moon in Leo to a new moon in Pisces. Very different frequencies. So the first part of the month, we've got a lot of fixed energy. We've got the sun in Aquarius. On the 12th, Mercury will go into Aquarius. We've got the full moon in Leo. We've got, of course, all the time Uranus in Taurus. So there's a lot of fixed energy, being able to use your will, your strength, your staying power. And I've covered that in the video about this full moon in Leo. So most of you, I imagine, have already seen that or covered the main aspects of that moon in Leo. But we're moving gradually, and this is the wonderful thing about the astrology, is that you can begin to prepare yourself for the shift in frequency. You can begin to say, okay, right, what's coming up? So I would say that generally February is a reasonably quiet month as we prepare for March. March, it's like fireworks are going off one after the other. So we'll look at March in a little while, but let's just stick to our February program first. But we're being magnetized towards the energy of March. So February is a great time for preparing yourself to stay centered inside of you, to focus on the things that are truly important to you, not to allow distractions to pull you off course, but to stay firm in the things that matter to you. So the fixed energy is strong until about the 18th, middle of the month. Okay, so if you want to get something done, if you want to complete something, I suggest that you really focus on it for these first couple of weeks of the month. Then as we move into the 19th, we've got the sun going into Pisces. On the 19th, 20th, we've got a new moon at 1 degree of Pisces, and we're shifting from the energy of fixed, which is the ability to hold on, to be persistent, to stick to something no matter what, to master something. And then we're changing to a mutable frequency. We're changing to letting go, releasing, knowing when to let go. When there's a shift from fixed to mutable, the challenge is to look at your life and say, what do I need to let go of? And what do I need to hold on to? Because there's a tendency with the fixed energy is to hold on often to a relationship past its sell-by date, or a job when you know that you're not happy. It's a shifting energy. The mutable signs remind us to be flexible. So in that crossover, it's a great time because we're at the end of many signatures astrologically. And I think that that points to the endings of many things in our lives. So they can be tangible things like ending of living in a particular place, the ending of a relationship or the form of that relationship, the ending of the way you make a living and you're doing something new. So because Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn, Saturn is actually at 28 degrees of Aquarius, but very soon moving into Pisces. Venus will be going into the end of Pisces. So we're moving. There are endings of long cycles and short cycles coming together. So this is a perfect time to look at your life. And you might want to think now, you can post it in the chat. What's ending? What's at a closure? What is time to release? So one way to identify this is what's not making you happy. All right, what are you doing that is not making you happy? And does that need to come to an end? And can you accelerate that ending? So what is at a closure? Susie's healed your 5th house after 14 years. Fantastic. Old thinking patterns, Nina, and ways to earn money. Excellent. So this is just about what do you need to release? Valerie, your marriage and career. Alyssa, you're moving. What do you just know that you need to release or change? Negativity surrounding you, okay? Job role and house. Eugenia. Excellent. Okay. Okay. So there may be physical endings. There may be metaphysical endings. Teresa, doesn't sound terrible. You did some house cleaning in the friends department. Maybe that's great for all of you. Cleaning out your cupboards, getting new floors fitted, and louvers for the blinds. Great. Job and apartment. Excellent. Excellent. So really, because so many closures are coming between now and March, this is just a good time to self-reflect and look very carefully at your relationships, the relationship you have with yourself, your relationship with others, your work, your health, your finances, your purpose, your spiritual direction, your home, your family. There are many areas. And if you know your chart and you know more detail, then look at where planets are ending their cycle and where they're beginning a new cycle. This will also give you insights as to which life areas are going to be activated. Great. These are a lot of things seem to be naturally falling away, and that may be happening too. Okay. Sometimes it's just a natural occurrence. So I love this quote. It's an anonymous one, but sometimes in the waves of change, we find our true direction. So it's about just knowing that in a couple of weeks' time, the waves of change are coming. And in a month's time, they're really coming. We're in a blast. Okay, so we can prepare. So we're moving into this Piscean energy, and Pisces rules the feet. So anything that you can do that is nice for your feet. Angelica finding romance at 65. Yay! Beautiful. Okay. Yes. Zena, very, very, very wise. Every day is an ending and a new beginning and an opportunity to improve and to do something more. Yes. All right. So that's what we're working with here. And we're moving gradually to this powerful energy of March, where we've got, on the 7th of March, Saturn will change sign. This happens every 3 years or so that's a big deal. Saturn going into Pisces. On the 21st of March, we get the sun going into Aries. 0 point Aries is the strongest 0 point of the zodiac. So it's the beginning of the astrological new year. So that's a really strong point. On the 24th, Pluto goes into Aquarius. And on the 26th, Mars will go into Cancer. And Mars has been in Gemini for months and months and months. So that's a big shift. So these are huge shifts coming up in March. So February, complete the things that you need to complete and get done in the first couple of weeks if you can, right? Whatever's on that to-do list or whatever you need to somehow persist with, any habit patterns that you really want to lodge in strongly, carry on with them for this first couple of weeks. And then flow along and allow yourself to be flexible. Be really good if you wanted to do anything with water, with swimming, with yoga, anything that makes you physically more flexible, mentally, emotionally more flexible. All right, these are all energies you can work with. So wonderful. All these people are coming in. All right, your book, meditation, fantastic. Okay. More Pilates, excellent, excellent. Okay, so Pisces energy, because that's really what we are working towards, and you'll begin to feel it more and more as we work into the month of February. So appreciate your feet, love your feet, do anything that you can that is kind for your feet. Have a pedicure, get a massage, a reflexology, put them in lovely oils, whatever it is that you can do, because you can heal the body through the feet, and you can detoxify the body through the feet. So buy new shoes. I love that, Geraldine. Yes, why not? Buy new shoes as well. Excellent. So feet. This energy that we're working as we move into the Pisces is making, Saturn Pisces energy is about making an effort with your spiritual growth. It's about practical spirituality. What does practical spirituality mean for you? If you had to pinpoint that, what would you say? I'm going to see what you come up with. Epsom salt foot soaks. Yeah, Teresa, lovely. Wear comfy Birkies. Lovely, Linda. Jan is a reflexologist. So, what does practical spirituality mean to you? Somebody said, bring your spiritual ideals into your practical mundane life. What would you do? Give us some examples. Sadhana, welcome to the live in India. How wonderful. Practicing what you preach, beautiful. Service to others, thank you. Indigo Wisdom, Adocado. Discipline to meditate, Geraldine, yes. That's certainly practical. Painting as meditation. Journaling every day. Glass half full, not empty. These are great. Laugh more. Thank you, Tony. Honesty. Beautiful. Gratitude in all things. Thank you, Thomas. Get out and walk every day. Beautiful, Angelica. Liesel, compassion towards others. Excellent, excellent. So practical spirituality could be, as Geraldine said, sincere, devoted meditation practice. You say, I'm going to devote myself to this. Developing your intuition. Positive affirmations every day. Thank you. Each day being present and bringing love energy into your environment. Living in bliss, random acts of kindness. Golden rule with love. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. This is the energy. Julia, following inner inspiration and taking action on that. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Studying your dreams. Going into past lives. Dancing more. Thank you, Sophia. Universal healing, making time for your yoga, journaling and meditation at least an hour a day. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. All right. This is what is being called for with this Pisces and Saturn overlaying the Piscean energy. Okay. It's an overlay. It's sincere devotion to something. Thomas being grateful for small things. Yes. Even hot water. Yes, deep gratitude for homeschooling, Petra. Yes, beautiful. Judy, chopping vegetables and dusting. Love it. Living in gratitude. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so these are all the ideas, and we can really spark one another to elevate our spiritual life and bring it into our everyday living. And this changes your frequency. And when your frequency changes, your life changes. Your perception of your world changes. Gratitude, journaling, thank you. Angelica, continuing course in miracles. Buy ballet shoes, Sylvia. Yes. All right. Wonderful. So another practical thing that I find very valuable, that's really fun to do, is to send a prayer before you send every email. I have to say I don't remember every time, but when I do, it feels so good. Just say a little prayer for that person. Or before you go to a meeting. I do it before I do any reading, before we come online. That's practical spirituality. Thomas, accepting that we are here to learn our spiritual lessons or curriculum. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Angelica plant-based diet. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so making an effort with your spiritual growth. So now let's look at, what do you dream of being? What are you aspiring to? Beautiful, Tony, blessing food and drink before eating. Just spiritualizing everything in your daily life. This is what Saturn in Pisces is about. Oh, Teresa, rather than getting upset at dangerous drivers, you send them loving energy instead. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Cultivating kindness. I'll tell you what I've started doing. I've started seeing everybody that I meet as a friend. They don't know it yet, but I say, oh, hello, my friend. And I say that in my mind to each person. And it's really amazing. The results you get, lovely. Jackson aspires to be a mental health therapist. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent. Yeah. So these are all the things to begin to work with that will transform your life. And this is the constructive way to use Saturn in Pisces. The destructive ways, I might as well cover them because some of you may ask. Learning not to be a victim. Learning not to be poor me. Oh, woe is me. I'm the only one with all the problems. Oh, yes. Learning to stand up for yourself. Overcoming addictions. Alcoholics Anonymous was founded during the time of a Saturn in Pisces transit. We might find there are new charities really coming up during this Saturn in Pisces time. Pisces has to do with animals, has to do with the helpless, those without a voice. So I think we're going to see that proliferate. Love that. Diana, smiling and making eye contact with people in your presence. Love it. Overcoming addictions. Great, Jackson. Yay. Identifying and avoiding negative thoughts and behavior. Thank you, Thomas. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Tony, letting go of past suffering. Allow any darkness to leave. Beautiful. Make room for the light. Oh, Peg, help adults over 40 to enter Web3. Thank you. Okay. So more and more people will be making a career of their spirituality in healing, using intuition, using these higher faculties. It's a real opportunity to develop the higher faculties. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces incorporates all the rest. Okay, that's why it rules compassion, because it's got a flavor. The feet, reflexology, everything's reflected in the feet, so it's got a bit of everything there. So that's what you're working with, is learning how to include everybody with all their diversities, no matter what they look like. We're very conditioned to judge people about their looks, how someone looks, how somebody smells. It's difficult, isn't it, sometimes? But these are things that we're being challenged with. And it's like, how can we do that? Being forgiving. It's a big one. big one, and that's Saturn in Pisces. You're going to be tested with forgiveness, either forgiving somebody or vice versa. So that is all going to be triggered during this time period. I love this quote from William James because I think it very much epitomizes this energy that we're going to be working with, that we're working up to. And we are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface, but connected on the deep. So at the deepest of levels, we're connected. And on the surface, we can find all kinds of differences and focus on all those differences. And the differences are beautiful sometimes. Yes, the differences are sometimes beautiful. But it's appreciating them and not denigrating them, respecting one another's differences. Okay. So Dean, you've asked an astrology question here. So Saturn's going into your 10th house, opposite to your Sun, Venus, Mercury, Virgo. So really, you're probably going to be looking at your career quite seriously. You might be restructuring your career, Saturn going into the 10th. You might be looking at ways in which you can meld your desire for meaning in your career and make sure that your career has a deep meaning and is very gratifying at the soul level. It must be gratifying to your soul. And it's important that it's something that you love and that you're not frightened of coming out and you're not being the perfectionist and you're saying, I'm going to come out and I'm going to share my gifts anyway, perfect or not. There's something wonderful about imperfection, isn't there? I always remember I used to be a concert pianist. It seems as though it was many past lives ago. But I used to love the playing of Arthur Rubinstein. And Rubinstein used to play handfuls of wrong notes. I mean, literally, he would crash down. And the passion was there and the beauty was there. And it came through and it didn't really matter. Yes. So it shone through. So the energy of Saturn in Pisces is asking you to allow your creativity to be expressed. This is general as well for all of you. To express your creativity and not to have to wait till it's perfect. I don't think my paintings are anything perfect, but there's an energy there that emanates that seems to be magnetic and enjoyable. So let your creativity thrive. Saturn in Pisces. If you haven't maybe explored the Pleiadian oracle deck that I created here with the Pleiadians, that's a set of cards with the channeled paintings with a message on them. So let's see what the message is from the Pleiadian oracle deck for February. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so live today in wonder and joy. That's the message for February coming. Oh, there's been a lot of comments and I missed them all. So sorry. They've been zooming in and just got a little carried away with that. And you can use these cards for messages for the day. You can ask a question. Yes, maybe somebody would like to ask a question. If you ask a general question, that would be helpful. If there's anything you'd like to ask, let's see whether we can get an answer from our Pleiadian oracle deck here. So I will cover a whole video all about Saturn, going through the houses. I'm going to be doing a whole webinar about Saturn, especially at this changeover point, how important it is. MJ, when will you win the lotto? Love it. All right, you know I'm not going to answer that, don't you? Love it. Love you. But it's a great question. Jackson, where can you got the oracle deck? From my website, actually, Your Astrology Signs. It's a limited run, actually. I'm not selling them on Amazon. The Pleiadians have asked me to send them out personally. It is a labor of love, let me tell you. So they're all packaged up with their energies. And I print out all the labels and I send them personally and queue up in the Greek post office enjoyably with great joy. They keep asking me in the post office what's in them, so I showed them today, and they were quite fascinated. Bit of fun. All right, so questions. How can you enhance? You're asking personal questions here. General question, please. Yeah, general. Brachiosaurus, thank you. Will there be galactic contact in 2023? Where was that question? Yeah, okay, thank you, Indigo Wisdom. That's a general one. All right, let's shuffle the pack and let's see what they come up with. Okay. All right, there are 3 cards that came. So the first one that came is Glow with Gratitude. So, and that looks like another planet, or it looks like a brain. I don't know what it looks like to you, but glowing with gratitude is a key for galactic contact. Magic and miracles envelop you. So I would say that's certainly a sign, magic and miracles, that they're showing up. And the third message, intuitive flashes. Intuitive flashes. So if you get an intuitive flash to look outside or to get a sense of a being, go with it. So I would say that the energy there is really yes. Thank you. Great question. Oh, we might have to have a separate session with the Oracle deck. All right. Or you might want to get your own, but they're ever so much fun. And I use them quite a lot. Yes, I find that they're just very helpful in just giving a little message of guidance that you learn to really activate your intuition. They give you a little activator, and then you get more messages from that little starting point. So there we are. So we're moving into the Pisces energy that I've covered. I'll be covering March in great detail because that's a very big month, but that's your flavor for February. Jupiter's in Aries all month. Mars is in Gemini all month. So keep taking a risk, keep stretching yourself, and find your dexterity. I always think of Mars in Gemini as being quite dexterous, able to do things with your hands. So work with the energy in your hands, the healing in your hands, the power in your hands. So I am sending you so much love. I hope that you can feel it. Radhika, thank you for doing such a terrific job in the chat. And let's tune into one another more. The intuition, the higher knowledge is being activated, especially from March, but it begins in the middle of February. So use that intuitive muscle. Try to look at your dreams and trust those intuitive flashes. Much, much love to you. Bye for now.